which is very interesting, isn't it? Because they're going to be under scrutiny here. NASA's right about that. The Lord's pitch, it was marked as unsatisfactory. It was given a demerit point. There was 24 LBWs and bowls. There was too much up and down bounce. Lateral movement's one thing, and you'll get that in English conditions, and particularly when the overheads are like that. But up and down bounce becomes very tricky to contend with. And so, yeah, there'll be a bit of scrutiny over the 22 yards. I had a look at it yesterday. It actually looks different, I would say, to the pitch from the New Zealand game, which had kind of slightly thick, patchy grass. This one looks a much more even covering of grass, so fingers crossed for a better balance between bat and ball.
Are you aware if they put it in the sauna again, or?
I don't know. I'm not so sure they'll be doing exactly the same preparation for this one as the last one, because the last one wasn't a great surface.
Wasn't a great few days for Salman Aliaga up at Headingley. I'm sure he's very happy to handball the captaincy back to Barber. He cut a frustrated figure out in the field. Body language is one thing, isn't it? It's very easy to say, sometimes quite hard to do, to keep it positive when you know things are not going your way. But it didn't go his way, it didn't go Pakistan's way. They were incredibly sloppy, and he showed his frustrations.
Yeah, and it's difficult because the execution wasn't in his hands per se. I mean, the only smile you got out of him was when he asked that question about captaincy. He's like, well, I'm going to gladly hand it over. And I mean, it got, again, difficult for captain who doesn't bowl. He can only sort of reinforce and tell the boys where to bowl. And yes, maybe he dropped that catch, which could have been slightly more different in terms of the game. It was Harry Brook. He was only on one at the point, and he went on to score big runs, or at least got together in a big partnership of 150, and then provided stability again. But barring that, I mean, Pakistan were just off the money, not disciplined enough. Didn't get the fundamentals right. There was never really a period of pressure that they could apply, let alone do it for the constant length of time of the test match. So it's a frustrating position to be in when obviously the stand-in captain's been brought in, and you never know with Pakistan, he might not play today. So that is the harsh reality of where this goes. Now that is one thing I would not like from Pakistan, is to go completely sort of in terms of changes, because that's just doesn't fix anything. So you got to stick to what you thought was going to do well in the first place and hope for it to do better, as opposed to chopping and changing and leaving out the best you have to replace them for probably not the best you have.
That's Pakistan cricket for you. You turn up 1 minute and someone's coach and doing a good job, Jason Gillespie or whatever, next minute he's gone. You turn up one game, the captain's there. The next game, not only is he not captain, but he's not playing. I'm not sure he will, whether he'll play or not, but so much chopping and changing. And what that achieves goes back to us in the 80s and 90s against Australia or whatever. What it achieves is people just start looking after themselves, really. I mean, Rizwan at the end.
So that was what I was going to ask you.
Rizwan at the end there, batting with a number 9. First ball, I'll take the single here. I'm not saying he's looking after himself, but it clouds your judgment that you're not making good cricketing decisions because you've been through so much where there's so much change. You feel you've been let down. You feel that they've not backed you. And what the natural reaction to that is, I'll just look after myself. I'll get my little 30 and 40. I'll stay in the side. And that's the worst place you want a side to be, where people just start looking after themselves, not see the bigger picture, not look after each other. But that's what happens. If you change the coach and the captain, you change your opening combination, you change your bowling attack, you don't look after people, then you lead to a culture of I'm all right, Jack, and I'll just try and survive in the team. And someone has to grab hold of it, whether it's Barber this week, leadership as well. You know, we've doing Ath has spoken to Imran's lads, and we've been talking about Imran all week. We spoke about it on the podcast. What a leader he was, by passion and energy. Misbah, who won a test match here with doing press-ups at the end there. He was a different captain. He was a calm captain. Whichever way that leadership has to be, choose one, calm or passion, but show some leadership.
Have you got your toss notes ready?
I have.
That is encouraging signs.
That is.
The covers are coming off.
I think the fielding and athleticism was almost the most alarming.
They're hiding 5 or 6.
Most alarming feature of that performance. You know, if you haven't got a Wasim Akram or a Waqar Younis, you haven't got a Wasim Akram or a Waqar Younis. There's not much you can do about that. But what is in your control, really, with 11 professional cricketers is the standards of fitness athleticism and fielding and catching. They're kind of basics of the game. You can't whistle out, Wazim Akram from nowhere if there isn't one. But you can catch. I mean, that catch that Salman Ali Agha put down, I think there were 200 for 4 at that stage. The lead was only 30 or something. They were right in the game at that point. And of course, by the end of the test match, it looks an utter drubbing, which it was. But had that catch been taken, you don't know what would have happened then. Pakistan were in the game. So there are always moments in a test match that you can look back and say, what if? That's the catch there. And catches, misfields, lack of athleticism, hiding players, as you say, that is the fundamentals and basics of the game, and that is a worrying sign if a test match team is fielding like that.
Just applied for a new fielding coach or something, or applications have gone in for a new fielding coach.
Maybe
as well.
I should apply. I think this actually provides a great opportunity for Babar. Reinstated back as captain. He's probably got the best away record. He likes batting here, and maybe he can be the point in difference. Yes, we always need Babar as the batter, but maybe he can do second time coming into his captaincy, and he can, like what we've been discussing, and I'm glad other people are saying it as well. Like, I've probably repeated to you 10 times already, but just like, we can get this better. And he said at the press conference, we come back better. So maybe he alone can be the point of difference, and this could be the opportunity, reinstated back as captain, to show exactly what he means by leadership and how he can get the best out of these boys.
Well, it didn't go well or right for Pakistan at Headingley in the first test, but it did here at Lord's in 2016.
It's a warm welcome, a sunny welcome to Lord's. It's day one of this first Investec Test match between England and Pakistan.
It feels like the start of the international summer in some ways. The hope and expectation is Pakistan will offer a much sterner test to England.
Pakistan have won the toss and are going to be batting first here today.
They're a really good side, so it's going to be a really good battle. We've got to ride back this first hour, and hopefully we can get stuck into the Pakistan batsmen.
Taken by Bairstow. In the air, should be taken by Bairstow. He gets round, is taken by Bairstow.
Well, that's got to be very, very close. I think it is out, and it's given. The captain, Ismail Haq, making his way out.
He's got his own way of scoring runs. He may not come across as a stylist, as someone who dominates the attack. He's out there in his own parameter, works his way around the bowling attack.
That's a good shot, man.
It's very, very nicely played, sweetly timed and beautifully placed.
It's classic Misbah, lots of blocks and careful play. 99, get that shot. You can't keep a good Oldham down. Misbah goes through to his 10th Test match century, 42 years young.
Absolutely fantastic. Remarkable man, remarkable player.
It is always satisfying scoring 100 here against England, especially at Lord's.
It's the kind of score that should ensure you're competitive in the game, that you're in the game. Here comes Alistair Cook and Alex Hales. It'll be a big challenge for these two.
He'll get runs, 4 of them. Finds the gap. Beautifully done.
And give those Cook all day long. Absolutely loves it there. Smashed to the fence by Alistair Cook. Takes him to 50. It's his second quickest in tests. Big moment this. Yasir Shah, the leg break bowler for Pakistan, just have a 4-man attack, so he's going to have to do a fair bit of bowling.
Oh, closes it. And given, yes. Good appeal and given. Beautifully bowled. Bowls in with a beautiful delivery. And given by the umpire, that's his 5th.
It's a great shame Warne never took 5 wickets on this ground. Yasir Shah playing his first game away from the subcontinent, just using his drift and his flight and his change of pace to bamboozle England, really, bowled brilliantly.
England 272, so
nice healthy lead there for Pakistan of 6 to 7 runs.
That's a nice shot. That's a beautiful shot. So well timed.
Shot. It's good timing. Excellent shot straight down the ground for 4. Oh, Nick, and gone. Cook. Good catch, slow down. Chris Woke strikes. Oh, bowled him. What a delivery that was.
And gone. 10 in the match for Chris Wokes. Another twist, another turn in this game.
Edged and gone. That's the end of the innings.
Pakistan are bowled out for 215.
3 days and a couple of overs, and we are in for a treat, I think.
Promises to be a terrific day's Test match cricket. 283 to win England. Takes the time.
England need a good start. They need a foundation. Runs immediately. Short and gets put away.
Driven to the fence. England playing positively.
Punished. 4 more.
Lovely shot. Right, it's taken, 12 overs of scene before Yasir Shah has been introduced. He was the man who wrecked the England first innings. Let's see what he can do in the second innings.
Oh, bowl him round it, stumps. Magic from Yasir. And he's gone. That's an awful shot. That really is pedestrian from Moeen Ali.
Oh, bowled him. Johnny Bairstow can't believe it. He's played round a straight one. He's distraught. Edged. And a very good catch. And 10 in the match for the first time for Yasir Shah. What a place to do it.
Bowled him. All over Mohammed Amir. Terrific return for him to Lords. And Pakistan give notice. They are a Test team. 1 up in the series.
Well, Moeen Ali got a good one. I don't know about the rest of England's batsmen. Just to dot the I's and cross the T's on that Test match victory. Pakistan winning by 75 runs. The star, really, with the ball, Yasir Shah. Leg spin, mystery spin, something we are so accustomed to with Pakistan cricket. Even Mo would admit that that was a bad shot. Part of your duty as a Test cricketer, perhaps, is to inspire the next generation. Hopefully that can happen over the next few days. We're going to have an inspection here for this Test match at 11 past. So the toss is obviously delayed, start of play delayed, inspection at 10 past. But to inspire Rouge the next generation, that sort of didn't it, that victory in 2016?
It does. It reignites something, right? Like, I mean, you watch moments of absolute brilliance away from home here at this very venue, and just the way the whole thing panned out, with them having gone to an army boot camp, quite rigid, from 114 from Misbah that first innings, and then he did press ups as well after his innings, and then Yasir Shah with the 10 for in the game. But the quality of the players, and I mean, just we were discussing while we were watching that, who were the batters and who were the quality of the bowlers. A couple of left armers and Wahab and Amir and Yasir, and then the quality of the batting, and then for Yunus Khan to almost orchestrate that team press up at Lords. It was all brilliant, and again, like you're saying, I mean, if that doesn't inspire and sort of ignite that fire from within, and if Pakistan can just do good things for long periods of time, it should bring them back in the contest.
That's what we expect, though, from Pakistan cricket, isn't it? Someone like a Yasir Shah to all of a sudden come up, bit of mystery, bit of magic, a spark that just ignites.
Bit of passion. Great batting lineup. You know, Yunus Khan, we don't talk about Yunus Khan enough. What a great player he was. Left arm quicks, a bit of wrist spin. That's what's been lacking for a while. Maybe the inspiration, there's some great photos talking about another great batter, Inzamam ul Haq. There's in the long room there's his portrait, and nearly every Pakistan cricketer this time round has been stood in front of that portrait having their picture done. So you've got to try and, you know, when we played here, sometimes sides did come here and get hugely inspired by playing at Lords. You don't get that much of an opportunity. Let's make the most of it. Whereas we saw it sometimes almost like the Augusta National, where it has all its rules and it's working against us and it's a unique ground. Other sides got inspired. And that's maybe what Pakistan and Barber in that dressing room now, that's what he should be saying. This is where we're playing. You probably dreamt as a boy growing up to play at this ground. Now go show, do it for Pakistan.
Well, that was 2016. As you can see from the pictures behind me, much more encouraging news ahead of this test match. We're going to have an inspection at 10 past the hour, so we've still got a bit of time, and toss is delayed. We can get an insight from Pakistan's camp because Imam spoke with the Rouge a little earlier.
Pakistan opener alongside Imam ul Haq. Imam, firstly, thanks for your time. I think it only makes sense for us to start on the wonderful memories Pakistan have in this city and in particularly at this venue. You guys must look to inspire some sort of confidence from those historic moments.
I guess, the perfect start you have just, told me, the thing is really important when you play, it's all about the memories. And whenever we came here, we played, I memory personalized because of the 2019 World Cup, 2018 test match, my first ever played test match over here, and we won that. So obviously, when things are not going right and you play at that ground where you have good memories, so it's very nice, and group also feeling that. So, and I guess we are lucky enough that, we are back at Lords, so looking forward to this game as well.
No better place to do it, right, in terms of at the home of cricket. But just come to what you said, obviously tough after Headingley, and it's not easy, and as touring sides it's always difficult when you come to England. What have been the tactical or the fundamentals that you've touched on in terms of showing a better performance?
Look, whenever the touring side comes to England, it's always tough, and this is how I think it's always, I believe that this is why you play cricket, to cope the pressure, to take the mental side of the game as well. And we lost the match, but we had a great meeting, we had a great chat as a group, and we touched on a very good points as well, how we have to go about to this game and for the next matches as well. And we had some tough meetings as well, and that was needed, I guess, for the group. And the group feelings are very good, very high, and they are, to be honest, at this stage, it's just how to back each other, and especially I believe that we are coming from the West Indies. I think we are very well prepared. It's just about the mental side, how each and every player goes mentally there, and how he coped the pressure. And it's just that we know as a group that when we are thrown to the bus, and then we come back very strongly. So we're looking for that as well.
Now, in terms of personal performances, in terms of your batting and being a senior member of that leadership group and the batting group, what are you looking to personally achieve and do better here at Lords?
To be honest, it's been 7-8 years that I'm playing cricket, and obviously, I've been on and off from the side as well. But it really helps me when I played first-class cricket more and more. Yeah. I really want to improve more, and I really want to score some big runs. There's most from the last 3 to 4 matches, there are more 40s and 50s, but there was no some major performances. That if I touched on the first inning shot, that I was not happy, but it's just that I have to control those shots, and I have to be sometimes when you come at this kind of in the England, and especially where the ball moves, so you have to be a little bit more patient. And sometimes Kookaburra gives you after 40-50s, you think that you are set and you can play those shots, but here you have to be very extra careful. So I'm thinking about those things as well, and I've talked to my coach as well. So hopefully when I get to that part of my innings, so I'll be more careful.
Well, and lastly, wonderful moments of all of the Pakistan squad posing in front of your uncle's photograph in Imam ul Haq, the legend that Pakistan has, and on global scale. So must have given you a little bit of a lighter note and something once again to look forward to.
Yeah, look, he was a match winner with the Pakistan, and it's a great picture, by the way. And I was feeling awkward a little bit, you just have to post in front of that picture. But it's really nice, and whenever I see, I really get a motivation, because I really want to be. I cannot, but it's just that the skill he had, I don't think so I have, but I want to be in that part of zone that where I can win matches for Pakistan, because he was famous for this. And as a group, we were very lucky enough, and we were very happy that as one of the Pakistan legend was in the main picture of the lot. So it was good.
Ma'am, thank you very much for your time, and go well for the rest of the week.
Thank you, Ruj. Thank you.
Well, he's played 30 test matches now. He's been around a while. Where would you say he's at with his career and his cricket?
I think he's very good when it comes to flatter tracks, because if you dissect his test career, his average, particularly at Rawalpindi, which is also his home ground, and Pakistan of late have played a lot of cricket on flatter tracks in that part. His average is skyrocketing north of 65. if you look at anywhere else, it is below 30, and his career average is well round about 34. But he's been there a long time. He touches on that, and he goes back to domestic cricket, and he's almost become solitary red ball player for Pakistan, and he does belong to that senior batting group and has to own up to responsibility. A couple of things I really liked in that was, the fact that he said we had some tough conversations. Now that is great coming out of the Pakistan camp in terms of, what needs to be done better. So I think he holds himself responsible along with everyone else. And just hopefully that him in his picture in front of Inzamam, who he did say was a match winner. And that's exactly what Pakistan might be missing at the moment in terms of match winners through the ranks. And he could emerge as one of them.
Portraits are in the news at the minute, Michael, and in the Times of London.
Well, it was a great day yesterday for Stuart Broad and Jimmy Anderson. Their portrait, joint portrait actually, was unveiled at 5 o'clock. Great honour for those two, and fully deserved, obviously. 350 tests and 1,300 odd wickets, test wickets between them, two of the greatest bowlers that England have produced. I wrote a little something about Harold Larwood and the oversight there, but that's a different matter. But well done to Stuart and Jimmy. It was quite, a lot of the artwork in the Long Room and the Lord's Pavilion is wonderful. And they've got nice little touches there. Stuart is in his dad's England sweater. Jimmy's in the modern sweater. I think both of them had said to the artist they wanted, you don't tell the artist how to portray you, as Michael Vaughan knows, but what they did say was they wanted a portrait that would stand the test of time, no sponsors on the sweaters, and I think that's why Stuart went for the traditional cable knit sweater, his dad's sweater, and Jimmy was in the new one.
Fits better than Salman Ali Aga's, didn't it? And that's inside the pavilion here at Lord's. Outside, the most scrutinised 22 yards of turf in the world. It's our first little look at it. It looks, from a distance at least, with a tinge of green.
Woody, I wasn't great at reading pitches, as everyone knows, when the beak was right over it, looking down from all this distance away. Who knows? I don't think they can. Any other ground, you would say, I hope they don't go the other way and make it an absolute road after what happened last time. I'm just not sure they can make this an absolute road, especially with the overnight rain and the covers being on. It feels like a bowl first morning. We just had that interview there with Imam. I think that was a hugely disappointing, was their batting performance. When you look at their side, I looked at their bowling attack, and just having the four bowlers they used, nothing surprised me about that. I knew England were going to get runs. But 4 of their top 5 had played at Headingley. Their batting lineup is their strongest suit. It's a more experienced suit, and it will be tested here at Lord's, looking at these conditions and what we know from this Lord's pitch. So if you're asking me, you can rejig the bowlers, but who you really want to stand up, it's that Pakistan batting lineup.
He's going to cut that. You can see what he's doing there. He's
brushing
it up, and the mower is going to get on that. So it's going, when Nasser's beak eventually gets over that pitch for the toss, I think it's going to look a little less green than it does now. And as I said to you earlier, the grass does look less coarse and patchy than it did in that New Zealand Test match. It looks kind of, as I imagine or remember Lord's pitches to look like, the grass looks slightly finer and more consistent.
Right, well, an inspection at 11:10, and we will see what the weather gods have in store for us. Now, moving away from this specific test match, Imran Khan, the former captain and Prime Minister of Pakistan, is being held in prison in Rawalpindi. His family are extremely concerned for his well-being. Athers spoke to his 2 sons yesterday.
Right now, it's worse than ever. They're completely isolating him more than 23 hours a day in a cell. So right now, it's really crucial for us that he gets proper treatment. When he was seen by them, he had an eye patch on from the eye situation. He seemed visibly stressed, and that is something that's very hard for us to imagine, because he embodies kind of calm, a very calm, assured presence every time I've ever seen him, even in very, very tough situations, including being at gunpoint once. There was a kind of robbery in the car we were in. I remember he was completely assured. He was the calmest person there, including the robbers or anyone like that. So to hear him stressed, anxious or disturbed is very, very difficult to hear.
Well, the full interview with the brothers will be showed at lunchtime. You did that interview. What was your takeaway from what the boys said, would you say?
Well, we'll see it's about a 15-minute interview, which will show at lunchtime. Obviously, they're extremely concerned about their father, who's been held now in jail, as you say, for over 3 years, and a few days ago was taken for a medical assessment. The Supreme Court demanded he be taken for an independent medical assessment, but he went to a government institute, and there are some concerns about his health. There have been concerns about his health for some time now. The sight in his right eye, I think it is, but also other concerns. And yeah, we'll hear the boys at lunchtime today.
You and 21 other captains have put your name to a letter.
Yeah, well, Greg Chappell organised that. 14 of us sent a letter in February. Just to reiterate, it's very important to stress that it's a humanitarian plea, really, rather than getting involved in the politics of Pakistan. But it's a humanitarian plea on behalf of Imran Khan that he gets the requisite medical attention and requisite help there. And we reiterated that request in a letter that was signed by 21 former captains this time, and that was sent a few days ago.
Okay, well, that full interview will be shown at lunch, but we don't know exactly when that lunch break will be on the opening day of this second test because rain has delayed things. We have an inspection, though, at 11:10. Things are looking more encouraging. It was encouraging for England on the field in the first test at Headingley. A few bumps in the road in between that first test and this second test. We are going to talk team culture when we come back. Plenty of other sport for you to enjoy away from cricket, which hasn't got started yet, but we hope it will shortly. Tonight, well, it's a big day in the FedEx playoffs. Day one of the Tour Championship at 6 o'clock on Sky Sports Golf. Friday night football is Crystal Palace against Manchester City. So that's from the Premier League, 7 p.m. on Sky Sports Premier League. Big Plenty of other sport for you to enjoy away from cricket, which hasn't got started yet, but we hope it will shortly. Tonight, well, it's a big day in the FedEx playoffs. Day one of the Tour Championship at 6 o'clock on Sky Sports Golf. Friday night football is Crystal Palace against Manchester City. So that's from the Premier League, 7 p.m. on Sky Sports Premier League. Big night of boxing on Saturday, kicking off on Sky Sports Action at 7. And then tennis with the opening day of the US Open on Sunday. That's 3 o'clock. On Sky Sports Tennis, but we're waiting to start this second test after England dominated the first.
For England,
Plenty of other sport for you to enjoy away from cricket, which hasn't got started yet, but we hope it will shortly. Tonight, well, it's a big day in the FedEx playoffs. Day one of the Tour Championship at 6 o'clock on Sky Sports Golf. Friday night football is Crystal Palace against Manchester City. So that's from the Premier League, 7 p.m. on Sky Sports Premier League. Big night of boxing on Saturday, kicking off on Sky Sports Action at 7. And then tennis with the opening day of the US Open on Sunday. That's 3 o'clock on Sky Sports Tennis. But we're waiting to start this second test after England dominated the first.
For England, Bazball dies where it all began.
Brendan McCullum has been sacked.
What did you learn? What did you learn from loving me?
I wish the next coach on Test cricket all the best.
I think it's so exciting what he can bring. Your promise return. Your promise return ain't much to me.
I think it's a completely different set of circumstances and very much looking forward to it.
It had rain yesterday.
I know.
What the hell's this?
I know.
We've got to put to bed everything that's happened and take the positives from it, and let's move into the next phase of what's going to happen. I was winning one.
What are you going to do and why? We're going to bowl first. Feel there's going to be some good overheads to work with throughout the day. Hopefully our lads can exploit that.
What we running from?
England's post-Bazball era starts here at Headingley.
The way Brendan and Ben brought the best out of a group of players, changed the way we look at the game in this country, played in some of the most exciting games of cricket I've ever been involved in, changed my outlook on the game personally. So there's a huge amount to celebrate there and to work with. It's just about evolving it, understanding the certain ebbs and flows of the game, and can we be skillful enough to understand what each situation requires and respond well to that, and let our skill bring us to the right side of the result when required.
I was going to say he'll take that ball home with him, but Josh Tung's got a chance. And Pfeiffer for Josh Tung. They are actually discussing who gets the ball, and they're just going to hold hands. The first time in 20 years that two bowlers have shared 10 wickets with 5 for each.
We're in a great position now. Obviously, might do a bit more at 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Have you not seen the forecast for tomorrow?
It's horrible.
We're underway.
And he works it round the corner for his first Test match 50. Ball of root goes up. That looks a bad angle. Oh no, no. You could see it coming. 50 for Lawrence.
Did you go to bed last night thinking of the 91 runs you got or the 9 you didn't?
Definitely the 9 I didn't.
To go to a 5-wicket haul.
We have much better conditions in Leeds for day 3 of this first test. This is exactly where England would want to be.
Somehow Pakistan have to get up past 400.
Everything that Joe Root has touched this week is turning to gold. He's taken a catch himself at leg slip, having just moved into the position, and has just a moment ago put Lawrence in a quite unusual position behind the square on the leg side, and lo and behold. And it's all over. Faultless performance in the field on what has been a comprehensive victory here in the first test against Pakistan.
Well, a very convincing performance from England in that first test. We're hoping to get underway as soon as possible in this second test here at Lord's. There'll be an inspection at 11:10. We've had overnight rain and rain this morning. Brody and Morgs are alongside me, so all things went well for Joe Root on the field up at Headingley. We all know the reasons why he was brought back as captain as well. Since that first test match, though, England again off the field have hit a bit of a bump in the road, and Joe is not happy.
If I'm being brutally honest, I'm really hacked off. I'm really disappointed that after last week's performance, we're sat here and we're talking about nothing related to it at all. And in terms of the incident itself, it's obviously with the regulator. There's not a lot I can say on it. It's in their hands now. I've spoken to Bryden. When I first found out, my first concern was him as a person. As someone I've spent a lot of time with, been involved in this dressing room, you obviously develop personal relationships with players. And I don't think I'm speaking out of turn by saying he's very upset, been very apologetic, and understands his actions. And I'm sure when he gets his chance, he will say that himself. But yeah, I don't think it's a
it's not the isolated incident itself. I think it's the fact that we continually keep making stupid mistakes away from the game, and it's detracting from what we're doing on the field.
Do you personally feel let down already? And has this team got a real image problem now that it's going to be hard to claw back?
Clearly, we're not portraying ourselves how we want to, and I think we've got an opportunity to build a culture that's very strong, that something that we can be proud of, that's player driven, and of course that's not going to happen overnight. You know, we've already had conversation as a team about what is expected from this group of players, what it means to play for England, what it takes to play for England.
Well, we're not going to talk about the specific incident in Derby, as Joe there said, that's in the hands of the cricket regulator, but we are going to talk team culture. But first, Morgs, I want to come to you as former captain of England. You've had to deal with situations like this, situations away from on the field. When you first get that call, how do you handle it mentally? You can absolutely feel how Joe Root has been feeling, because you've been there.
I have, and it's not a nice position to be in. It's part and parcel of being England captain, and it's the side that you don't see. It's not the batting, bowling or fielding, it's not even the stuff around the ground, and it actually takes up a lot of your energy and time spent in preparing for the game. And there is nothing that can prepare you for that call, where your player is either in handcuffs, been reprimanded, in a fight, at a bar, just done something to detract energy away from the changing room. And since Joe's been reappointed, I think he's done a fantastic job. I always look at three very simple things when I think about leaders under pressure. You know, is he being himself? Is he being authentic? We get that from Joe. We saw that at Headingley. The second part is, right, is he communicating a clear and transparent message about where he wants to go and where the team want to be? I get that sense. South Africa away, Australia in the Ashes next year, and then your next role is to try and embody that. And Joe, again, has embodied it, so it's been a fantastic start. Now, during these three processes, it is so from getting to where you want to be that you nip it in the bud. You should be able to know what is expected of you in the changing room and away from the game. Playing international cricket is not for everybody, but over the course of my career and Brodie's, and yours in fact,